Indian agriculture is passing through a serious crisis, and this crisis has been expressed in different way. More than 4 lakh farmers committed suicide as they failed to solve their problem. And problem can be solved, but crisis cannot. They are committing suicide. And many farmers want, if they get any other opportunity, they will leave farming. And in different parts of the country, children of the farmers are saying that they will not go to that trade because it is continuously becoming a loss-making venture. So these are some of the points which lead to the conclusion that Indian farming and agriculture is passing through serious crisis. Secondly, for crisis, farmers are not responsible. They work 18-20 hours. They produce. During pandemic, when all productions gone down, only farming products increased. And they worked, they starved, they died, but they ensured the food security of the people of the country. So in that situation, when they are forced to think of leaving agriculture, you have to understand the depth of the crisis they are in. So because of that, farmers, they want, why they are in crisis? In spite of so much labor, full family is doing day and night work, through all weather, all difficulties, why they are not getting the benefit? We think farmers are not responsible. Responsible is the policy. Consecutive government policies in India, national and states, mostly they did not serve the interest of the farmers. Because if a policy is centered around the farmers, then other peripheral issue can add and solve the problem. But all the policies always centered around agriculture, production, marketing, profit, export, import, and farmers are in the periphery. We think if farmers are the center and other things are the periphery, then one type of policy will be evolved. But if farmers are in the periphery and all the things are in the center, the farmers are not getting the benefit. This is a major mistake and problem in our Indian policy. So these agrarian policies of Indian governments, consecutive government, were against farmers, and BJP government policy is most anti-farmers policy. So because of that, they are in great trouble, and we are fighting for that. Since Modi came to power, he promised that he will solve the problem of the farmer. In 400 public meetings, he said, I will ensure the minimum support price and implement Swaminathan Commission report. And also I will see that farmers do not commit suicide. And all these promises he made. But after coming to power, within 3 months, he gave an affidavit to the Supreme Court that they cannot implement Swaminathan Commission report. So if you cannot, why you promised in about 300 public meetings that you will permit it? In your election manifesto, 2.5 pages are there on ensuring the minimum support price of the farmers. But they said they cannot implement C2 plus 50%, the formula of the price, the cost of production plus 50%. That is the suggestion made by Swaminathan. He said, we cannot pay it. So these are the things happen. Then committing suicide increased. During his rule, 42% farmers suicide increased. I have visited Andhra, Telangana also. At least 50-60 houses. All over India, more than 500 houses we visited. Maharashtra is maximum. Why their family are committing suicide? To know. And all 99 families say because of the extra burden of indebtedness, loan. And there is no government loan, easy loan or not that. They are forced to take loan from the money lenders. Exorbitant, that is interest, 4%, 40%, 35%, even 60% interest. With such a huge loan, how they can get profit in the farming? That is the problem. And because of the pressure of the money lenders, ultimately and sometimes after taking the loan, even though there is a natural calamity, the storm or hailstorm or flood, and there is other attack of the pesticides and all these things, then crop loss is there. And there is no system of compensation of the crop loss. So they cannot repay the loan. After loss of the crops, they cannot get the income and they cannot repay. And ultimately they are forced to commit suicide. These things are happening since it was there earlier, but since 1992, when the government started the neoliberal economic policy and applying the neoliberal policy in agriculture, then this suicide increased. So these are the situation in the country. Farmers are committing suicide, they are in great trouble, and they are not getting the minimum support price. Minimum support price, Modi government every day saying we are giving minimum support price. That is 100% false. 100%. The CACP every year declared the minimum support price. 90% cases, government policy declared as MSP, it is less than the cost of production. If the government declare policy of less than production, how the farmers can gain? But on the other hand, whatever price government declared, farmers are not getting. That is another hitch in the so-called MSP. They declared policy 1868 rupees per quintal paddy. They declared this year. But nowhere in India, farmers are getting 1200 to 1300 per quintal. So at least 30% less of the declared policy they are getting. So how they can continue with this such continuous loss? Besides, minimum support price is given only in the mandi system. Only Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh some mandi system is there. There they get minimum support price. And that is also less than cost of production, but at least that price they get. But all over India, farmers are not getting. Only 6% farmers get the present minimum support price. 94% farmers do not get that. So this is the farce. This MSP at present, it is farce. So if the farmers, that is minimum support price is not according to Swaminathan Commission report or the C2 plus 50%, then farmers cannot get proper price. But only declaration will not do. You have to ensure procurement. Private or government procurement should be there. If you declare the price and nobody purchase, then no profit, no gain. So they have to ensure procurement, government or private. Second. Thirdly, only few crops are included in the MSP. Many crops are not included. What will happen to those farmers who are cultivating other crops? So they are not getting they are not included in the MSP. And fourthly, we say if people give less than MSP, government is giving MSP, only 6% people. Those 94% people are getting, the private traders are giving them lesser prices. So there should be an act. If anybody give less than MSP, they should be punished. If these four characters are included, only there will be meaningful MSP. Otherwise, the now present Modi's MSP, it is a hoodwinking of the people, it is a farce. So this MSP will not work. So in that situation, if farmers are not getting MSP as Swaminathan recommended, they are not getting loan in time, institutional loan, they are forced to go to the money lender with exorbitant rate of interest. They face every alternative year. They face some natural calamities on loss of crops. There is no compensation and there is no proper marketing also. So because of that, in that situation, farmers are in great distress, and government, they are going of changing crops, profit making crops which can be exported. And on big business people, they want farmers should cultivate what will be exported. What is necessary, that is not a question in the country. What is to be exported? And that also farmers cannot cultivate as they wish. They have to cultivate as the desire of the exporters. That is also their independence is carved in that way. So anyway, in totality, farmers are in great trouble. They are suffering, and because the acute agrarian crisis continuing in this country and intensified during the Narendra Modi government's rule.